some Lagosian. Name ring bells on both sides of the ocean. The stretcher, she be like, you a part-timer. Viral artist, I will offline you. Stay far from y'all criers. Bar for bar sire. Team full of stars and they all fire. I don't spill words, I Spielberg on a beat. Make a movie, yeah, it's the return of the G. Show them the way, cause they real nerds on the street.
Not far east from the unmistakable buildings of the nation's capital, we've got a building that's also unmistakable in sight, but bears a new name. Welcome to Northwest Stadium here in Landover, Maryland. Coming up, a highly anticipated contest between the Miami Dolphins and the Washington Commanders. Ball is teed up, Chris Boswell to do the honors. And we're off and running from Landover. On the return, here comes Kene Wangu. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down.
Washington takes over first and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
All right, let's get this show on the road. It is first and 10.
Here we go, start. Liking it, no, ready.
First carry here for the rookie out of Penn State. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. That tackle made by Blake Cashman.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Now Daniels to throw. Chased out to his right. It's a big strike downfield to Samuels. Stop is made as he drives this to the opposing 43. Putting 25 on that play. And that's good for a Washington first down.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Ready.
Give now to the running back. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just sometimes you got to run into darkness. Just go where there is no lane and hope that something opens along the way. That linebacker said, not this time.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is second and 10.
Here we go.
From the gun, it's Daniels. Has him on the quick hitter. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot. Give your quarterback a chance.
Extra DB out there for the Fins. Third down.
Go!
Cross-Gunier gets it from the gun. And ooh, this one does not have a chance. They were ready for that one, and the effort brings up fourth down.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
So the choice is made. No 53-yard field goal try. They are going for this first down.
Let's go now. Let's go.
Now Daniels on fourth down. Cox, this is Lane. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. They stun this defense. They pick up 14 on fourth, and they pick up a first down, too.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that can count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can have a lot of yards before someone tracks him down. His goal is pretty clear, Kate. Crash forward, and then crash inside. Set that edge, but if you can come inside and bury that runner before he gets started, all the better.
A momentary speed bump there on what has otherwise been a great drive. Here's second and 11.
Ready.
Out of the gun, Daniels. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, third down coming up. Well, they connected on 3 straight before that throw, Brock. Might not be perfect anymore on this drive, but they are still moving it well.
And I don't expect that one to interrupt his progress very long. They're still on a mission this series. He's the one driving it.
And he's short of the first after a mile gain.
I'm a big fan of the screen pass. Really, you can run a screen as they just showed on any play. First, second, third down, sometimes even fourth. But it takes great acumen, a great football IQ defensively to have an awareness it's coming, and then more importantly, to stop it.
All right, so they're going for this. I like this being aggressive from the get-go on their opening drive.
Get it? 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Fourth down, here's Daniels. It's caught by McLaurin. And they come through to stay on the field. That is enough to set this offense up with a first and goal.
The numbers are pretty clear, Kate. You get explosive plays. Those explosive plays on drives lead to points. You can't ask for a better start offensively.
Drive has kind of seemed destined for the end zone, partner. First of a few chances now to reach it.
60 Vikings.
They'll try and punch it in. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Commanders finish up an excellent opening series. Well, this coaching staff has got to be a happy partner. A calm and calculated opening drive. Really impressed with the score, how they controlled the football, and they played at their own pace.
Yeah, it's one of those drives that just pays dividends. I know it's the opening drive, but you're just taking some of the starch out of that defense and putting some doubt in their mind. Like, man, they just methodically shoved it right down our throat.
Now after that snap, there's an injured Dolphin still out there. So we're going to get a stoppage here as they go out to look at him. Here's Evans set to kick this away. Return coming from the 6. Pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29.
At their own 29-yard line.
All right, Miami has its offense set, partner. Here comes 1st and 10.
Come on, come on.
Opening carry for Devon Achane. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now second down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
He's going to throw this one. His first throw is an interception. Picked off by Frankie Louvu. And the Commanders will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Well, for their sake, partner, I sure hope the rest of their pass attempts this game go a whole lot better than that, because it is pretty clear this defense came to play.
And I can promise you this, Kate, nowhere on that opening script does the word interception ever appear. You never want to see an INT. They're going to have to flush it. That's the key here for this quarterback in the offense. Got to flush that mistake and press on ahead.
They get an even 10 on that play. And that's going to give the Commanders a first down.
At the 19-yard line.
Ready? Let's go.
From the gun, a run for Kosky Merritt. He scampers ahead for about 4. It's second down now.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs turning like a piston in an engine. And that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
Shotgun snap to Daniels. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete. Now it's Terry McLaurin on the target. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Shotgun snap, they'll throw. And he is in. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Deebo Samuel, the touchdown. So Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
right there to tack on the point after. And the Commanders drive out to an early 14-0 lead.
Commanders 14, Dolphins nothing.
There's Evans set to kick this away. And he just sends this out and over the end zone. So no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. The Dolphins in pretty good field position here as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Achane. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from first down in just one play. Get that big play potential on the ground. Jeez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
It'll be a quality gain on the run, and that also brings us to the end of this quarter.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Back for the start of quarter number 2. It's Dolphin football as we begin. They've got 2nd and 5. It's a completion to Michael Pittman Jr. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Going all the way to the end zone here. It's more into the hands of Pittman. And they're going to have 1st and goal as he gets this down to the 4.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Gordon. So much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on 2nd and goal.
It's a loss of 1. Brings up 2nd and goal.
Viking,
At the 5-yard line.
Again, it's Gordon. And he punches this one in. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins start to fight back with their first points of this game. That was a great response, Brock. After they got driven backwards on 1st down, they go right back to the ground and score just one play later.
Yeah, and I think if you and I were in the huddle down there after that 1st down loss, I think we would have felt a whole bunch of clap. Give me another shot, and boy, did they deliver.
Just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Has this at the 6. Making some progress here. He brought this one almost to midfield before he's tackled.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. 3 yards on the 1st down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
Pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Let's go. Ready.
Play action now with Daniels. Headed out right. Throws this one deep down. He's got it down the sideline. And he's taken out of bounds as he gets it down near the red zone. That one goes for 31 yards and a 1st down when all is said and done. Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. They'll run here on 1st down. And they are going to be in great shape here. He gets this down to 6. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it 1st and goal.
Danger, I say. You get this guy in the open field, and he is dangerous to take it to the house.
Come on. Ready.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And they'll make this stop after a small push to the 5. It's a gain of 1 on 1st and goal. Now it's going to be 2nd and 5.
brings up second.
Guessing everybody in the huddle and on the sidelines sure want a little bit more from that run, but you didn't go backwards. Still in a great spot and can't wait to see what they do here on second and goal.
Daniels back to throw. And he is in. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders take a 13-point lead. Right on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Commanders double their lead to 14.
Commanders 21, Dolphins 7.
Here's Evans set to kick this away. Returning it from the 4. This makes it up to the 25. All right, working from the gun to start. First and 10. At the shotgun, they'll give it to Achane. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
He was taken down behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard. Brings up second and 11 at the 24-yard line.
Run loss of a yard to begin the drive. Here comes second and 11. Back to throw. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. So they're left facing third and long.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
Here we go.
Third and long for him here. Oh, this is getting ugly early. Intercepted again. And the Commanders are going to have it after his second interception of the season.
Well, that's now his second time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the second on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
From the 24 once again, it's second and 10.
Let's go now. Ready.
To throw, Daniels. Caught just shy of the goal line. And the stop is made 3 yards from the end zone. It's going to be first and goal. Defenders in the area, they still make the connection, Brock. It almost looked like it was just another throw on the practice field.
Yeah, this is how you just develop that just trust factor, that connection. You see it with QBs and tight ends, and the best of them make it look easy.
They don't pick up anything there, and now it's second and goal.
Went into their bag of tricks just a little bit there. The surprise handoff, not enough to get the touchdown, but I'll tell you what, I'm kind of excited to see the next wrinkle off that one because I don't think that was just a one-off.
Ball still at the 3 as they get set for second and goal.
Ready. 60 Eagles. 60 Eagles.
Daniels. Flushed out of the pocket. And he scores. It's a Washington touchdown. The Commanders boat racing them to the halftime locker room. Jaden Daniels with the touchdown. Extra point try is good by Wright. And the Commanders stretch their lead to 21.
Commanders 28, Dolphins 7.
Here's Evans set to kick this away. He fields it from the 8. Here's a reverse. And this will give him some decent field position here, partner. And this gets out to the 30.
The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
All right, starting in the pistol this time, Brock. First and 10.
Ready.
Back to work after throwing the pick. He's going to loft one deep to the left. He's got it inside the 10. They rip off a huge chunk of field as the downs reset.
65 yards is the gain on the play.
This offense in position now. It's first and goal.
Let's go.
First and goal at the 5-yard line.
Ready.
trying to run it in. H.A. How about this? He can't even get past the line of scrimmage. No challenge for the end zone here.
Pretty easy for me to play armchair quarterback up here and say I just don't like that call on 1st and 5, especially when you get nothing from it. I mean, that one stings.
He won't challenge for the goal line. It's stop made at the 4. Defense making a couple of good stops here, and this brings up 3rd and goal.
A gain of 1 yard on the play. It's now 3rd and goal.
Come on. Hey. Viking.
Back to throw now. And he will take this across. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins chop some of the lead off before the half. Well, good luck stopping the big fella that close to the goal line, Brock. I've always thought that the distance right there is just made for tight ends to score touchdowns.
Yeah, and it's not just the sport that you also love to cover in basketball. It's all about matchups. You get near the red zone and into the end zone, matchups become critical.
That's no good. The veteran mishits one rather surprisingly, and they leave a point after on the table. So following that missed point after, he's going to stay out there and send it away. Return starts at the 3. And this drive will start inside the 25.
At their own 23-yard line.
1st and 10 now with all of 15 seconds left to utilize in this half.
Here we go. Set. Cougar 19. Go.
They're going to throw out of the gun. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Kader Kohu. And the Dolphins will have a shot at least a field goal here. Maybe the end zone after that return. Well, I know I don't need to tell you, partner, but if you're going to try to get aggressive, really push a throw downfield like that, you have to be smart about how you do it.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. If you've got to find that spot when you know the coverage won't be able to hold up, especially as you go 20, 30, 40 yards down the field. Hey, listen, these defenders in the league today, you throw a ball deep down the field like that, it turns into a 50-50 ball. More times than not, they can make a play and take it away, just as they did.
Fields this one at the 3. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Here's Evans set to kick this away. Starting from the 5. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. All right, starting in the pistol this time, Brock. 1st and 10.
Gravity Lion. Ready.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. On the comeback route. And he's going to take this down to the opposing 44. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
From a great throw to a nice route to catch to moving the chains. There wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
H.A. to the right. He takes it down to the 33. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the 1st.
Let's see, first it was a pass, now it's a great gain on the ground. They've got this defense on their heels.
A gain of 11 on the play.
Here we go.
First down, Miami.
First down, play action. That one connects. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins cut into the lead coming out of halftime.
That is just tremendous play calling. You know, there's some coordinators out there, Kate, that are just Rolodex. Right? They flip through their call sheet, they just call whatever's on it. Then there's other coordinators that can stack their plays together. And when you run it, you run that same action of the play action right off of it, and you can make that defense pay. That was a thing of beauty.
Boswell gets that point after to go. And the Dolphins trim the deficit down to 5. So after making this a 5-point ball game, they kick it off. Wangu now to return. Things going well so far. And a good effort here as he gets it out past the 35-yard line.
Washington takes over first and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
Commanders starting out in a good spot here as they get set. First and 10. Starting on the ground here, Kronsky Merritt. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on second down. After that drive starts, the very minimal gain.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on second down. Daniels now. Completed over the middle. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's good for a Washington first down.
Hey, check that.
Hand off to the back. Still has some space inside the 35. And he's down to almost, no, actually going to give him the 30 here. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs. So first and 10 now from the 30. Back-to-back carries here. And he'll only get this to the 26 before going down. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on second down.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get him enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
Give it to Kronsky Merritt. And he's going to take it in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders hold an 11-point advantage. So great work by the running back there, Brock. He saw a little bit of space, took advantage, and he took it all the way for 6.
So good, Kate. You'll hear running back coaches say this: slow to and then explode through. And that's exactly what he did. Slow to the hole, but explodes for the touchdown.
That one splits the uprights. And the Commanders push the lead up to 12. So after the play, we have the trainers headed out. Looks like a member of the Dolphins out there is in some discomfort. Here's Evans set to kick this away. Return coming from the 6. And he's brought down just inside the 25.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Starting out trips right here. First and 10. Empty backfield now. Running back motions out left. Short pass brought in. And this is brought to a stop up at, say, the 34-yard line there. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
They're going play action. Downfield, this finds Waddle. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs. Here's first and 10 from the 47.
19 tight.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Has a man, Dalton Schultz. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them the first down.
He's going to throw it again. That's caught. Devon Achane. He's tackled there, so a nice start to a new set of downs, but let's see if they keep it. So let's examine this flag. Double the distance to go after that holding call. It's now first and 20.
Cowboy 80. Dragon 60.
Throwing it again here. pressure, and he's going to be dropped. Well done by the Commanders' defense. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Wow, it has been such a good day offensively for the guys up front. That's actually the first sack by this defense. And now comes the real question mark. Will it lead to more? Or will this offense learn a lesson and get back to the rhythm they've been in protecting?
Takes the second down snap. Finds a seam down the middle. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. And for somebody who's been picked off like he has, Brock, you got to admire his determination to keep attacking these coverages.
Yeah, that is risk. Right into double coverage yet again. But this guy's got what I call a high belief factor in himself.
Toward the sideline, and he's got it. Impressive play, but they are well shy of the first down.
To number 89. An 8-yard gain. It's 4th down.
A touchdown aside in that frame as we run out of time in the third quarter. It's Dolphins ball, and they're sort of in comeback mode. They trail to start the fourth. They're going to go for it here, trailing in the fourth.
Go! Ready?
They throw that quick to the left. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there. And the huge conversion gets them a new set of downs. Coming to the line, this is 1st and 10. Sticking to the air here. Escapes the pocket. Dumps it off to Achane. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line.
Sure showed off some mobility on that play. Got outside the pocket and easily found an open man.
5 still to go here. This is 2nd down.
70 Timberwolves. 18 Rattler. 18 Rattler.
Still sticking with the passing game. And it's caught. This is Jalen Wright. And he'll go down here at the 16.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
To the line. Here's 3rd and 3. They run it from the gun with Wright. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're into 1st and goal.
That's a BYO bit. You got to be your own blocker. It would have taken the entire defense piling on to stop him from getting that first down. Well done.
Here's Achane from the pistol. And he's going to advance them down to the 4-yard line. 6 yards from there. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
They give to Gordon, running left. And he pushed for it, but they managed to stop him at the 2. It'll be a gain of only 1 on 2nd, so that brings up 3rd goal from the 2.
That's twice now where runs have not gotten them into the end zone, but you kind of set yourself up. Actually, you set yourself up really well for a little play action right here.
Big play coming up here as everyone gets set for 3rd and goal. Quick pass, right side, complete. And he's in for the Miami touchdown. The Dolphins now within 1 score in the 4th. Michael Pittman Jr. with the touchdown. Not a lot of processing time from the moment he pulled it back to the moment he made that throw, Brock. But I think we can all agree he made the right choice not to hand it off, and then the right read on that throw.
Yeah, he sure did, kid. Kind of reminds me of the option quarterbacks of our day growing up, right? Those guys that made that pitch, and it was just second nature. They were on the run, guys all around. Didn't matter. He's going to put that pitch right on them. The great RPO quarterbacks of today do exactly the same thing with their throws.
Chris Boswell set to
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Returnable from the 2. And this drive will start inside the 25.
take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
All right, the Washington offense is set. Here comes first and 10.
Come on, go!
On the gun, it's Daniels. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got second and 4.
Here we go, shot! Ready!
Daniels back to throw. Green pass here for Merritt. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31.
As an offense, you don't call a screen, Kate, expecting to gain just a few yards. You call it expecting to break off something big and substantial. But it's up to that defense to stay ahead of it, to keep it contained to something much smaller. Case in point right there.
3rd and just 2 to go.
Ready,
Looking to throw. That's caught for the first. And he's going to be taken down here after he takes it to the 45. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. And man, did he make an impact play.
Merritt straight ahead. He's all the way across midfield, down inside that 45-yard line. It's a gain of 12 on that one. And that's going to give the Commanders a first down.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want in the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the gain they did.
60 Eagles! 60 Eagles!
We've hit the 2-minute warning here in Landover. Commanders up by 4.
Okay, ready?
First and 10 from the 43.
Roll!
Here's the handoff. And he works it down inside the 40. That's a run of 8.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Second and 1.
On the jump!
First down carry got him 9 yards. Here comes 2nd and 1.
Deputy! Liking 18!
This one left for Daniels. They stopped him just in time. He got back to the line, but denied the yard they needed. 3rd down coming up. Well, the extra blocking sure didn't spring that run the way they hoped it would, Brock.
In the old West Coast system, you called 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, Tiger. Tiger package comes on the field. That was a whole lot more like a kitty cat effort there.
Third down and 2 here. The offense coming to the line for its 7th play of this drive.
Ready!
Setting up to pass. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and it's incomplete.
Look at them. They don't want to surrender the lead or possession. The offense staying out there on 4.
Bronco 80!
He'll look to throw it. Buys time, rolling right. And they'll turn it over on downs as that pass comes up empty and off the field they go.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
60 Bobcat! Let's go! Hawk 70, Hawk 70, Dragon 60! go.
Back to throw. Gets his running back. And they'll stop him here, but not before he gets out to the 47-yard line. Now the Dolphins call a timeout. It's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
And I can promise you, you go back and look at the most efficient offenses in the NFL over the last couple decades, one thing will resonate. You've got to be able to attack the middle of the field. It's great to do it with receivers, toss them with tight ends, but when you get that influence from your running backs, man, you become a dangerous offense to stop. I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Less than 40 seconds to work with. Here comes 2nd and 10.
Ready. Ready, ready.
Here he is to throw. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. And the Commanders make the play that should win them this game.
Well, we're watching the defense not just generate turnovers, but really add to them. A return like that, think about it, that's 4 or 5 plays that you just saved your offense from as they try to make that interception, yet another one, count.
And drawn up here for Daniels. So next to the nation's capital, it's a home win for the Commanders. And finally, Brock, they can exhale and take a few breaths, because I don't imagine any of them were breathing easy during that one with how close this game was.
Them or us? We're both.
All of us.
Yeah,
all of the above.
It is so hard, Kate, to match the adrenaline surge they feel right now, and that they felt at every major turn throughout the second half. There's just something about a close game, the intensity that's there in every moment that you love to experience as a player.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. It's hard to yell when the